we are going to start another unit of the syllabus, and that is related to the television. In a previous unit, we have discussed about the radio receiver. Here we are going to discuss about a television system. So as such, if we see the process of the signal in the radio receiver and in the television, it is almost same, but there is some difference. So basically here we are going to discuss about what is a television system. So television system include the transmission as well as the receiver. So what is the meaning of the television? Here if you see this word, this word is made up of two words, that is a tele plus vision. Tele plus vision. Tele means at a distance. So here if the object is very far away from you, and that object you can see in your drawing room through this gadget, and that gadget is known as a television. Okay? So any object which is very far away from you, then you can see the object. So here in short, the television is nothing but you can say it is a Doordarshan. Correct? In simple language, it is a Doordarshan. So now let us see what is the television. In radio, we are transmitting a information that was only a audio information or the sound information was there. But in television, we are transmitting two types of the information. One of the information which is known as a picture information, and another information is a sound information. So basically this picture information is converted into a video signal. Remember, whatever the information you have, it has to be converted into a electrical signal. So this picture information, when it converted into electrical signal, we call this as a video signal. And the sound information, when it is converted into a electrical signal, then we call this as an audio signal. So here, these two types of the information is transmitted by the television transmitter, and on other hand, we receive both the information. Okay? So the basic function of the television is to transmit the audio and the video information. Correct? So now let us see a simple block diagram for a television system. Very preliminary diagram of the television system. Now let us see a simple, where we can say very preliminary diagram of a television system. So in television system we have a transmitter as well as a receiver. Now let us say that how the transmitter is transmitting the audio as well as the video or the picture information. So first of all, let us say we have this kind of the object. This is my object and it is my picture. So this object is placed against the TV camera. We have this kind of the camera, and this object is going to be focused through a lens on a TV camera. In the TV camera, there will be a photosensitive plate will be there. Then here in the output of the TV camera, we have this kind of a electrical signal. This electrical signal, we call this as a video signal. Then this signal is given to the video amplifier. We have a video amplifier because the output of the camera will be very small, and before the transmission you have to amplify this video signal. This video signal, amplified video signal, is given to the modulator circuit. Here you have to remember this signal is given to a modulator circuit where it is going to be amplitude modulated. And then after the modulation, it will be given to power amplifier, and then here we have a antenna which is called a transmitting antenna. This is transmitting antenna. Okay. So things are not so simple. There are a number of the things are there that we will discuss later on. Here we are discussing a very preliminary diagram. Correct? Okay. Then we have a sound. Here the sound information is there. Then this sound has to be converted into a electrical signal. So we can use the microphone. This microphone will generate a signal which is known as a audio signal. Then again this signal is going to be amplified through the amplifier circuit because the output of the microphone will be very weak, so it has to be amplified. And then this amplifier signal is given to a frequency modulator. So here the audio information will be a frequency modulated. Picture information is amplitude modulated, and sound information, audio information is a frequency modulated. We are using the two different modulation. And then after the power amplifier, it is given to a transmitting antenna. So we have a common transmitting antenna for transmitting a audio signal as well as the video signal. This transmitting antenna is converting your electrical signal into a electromagnetic wave. And it is propagating into the air. On the other hand, we have a receiver, or you can say the receiving antenna is there. So when this receiving antenna pick up this electromagnetic wave, then again it is going to be amplified by the RF amplifier. And after the RF amplifier, there will be a local oscillator, mixer stage, and IF amplifier will be there. That we will discuss in detail later on. But after the RF amplifier, you can say here we are dividing this signal in two parts because we have two different information. So one will be given to a AM detector circuit. AM detector circuit, so where you will get the audio signal. This audio signal is given to the loudspeaker. So audio information will be there, and then another signal which we have, it is given to sorry, here your amplitude modulation is not there in a audio, but we have a frequency modulation. So FM detector circuit will be here, and here we have AM detector circuit where your video signal is going to be demodulated, and that demodulated signal is given to the picture tube. So and the picture tube will draw the picture. Remember, this is very preliminary diagram for understanding what is a television system. Now here if you see the camera, then the camera is converting the picture information into a video signal. But this whatever the video information will be there, this video information is divided in number of the lines, and for each line it is generating a video signal. So this complete picture, or you can say kind of a frame, is divided into number of the lines through a method which is called a scanning. So here we have a scanning system which will divide the picture into number of the lines, and for each line we have a video signal. Same way, when this signal is received here, then here also we have a scanning system. In a picture tube also, we require a scanning system, so the picture tube will draw the picture line to line. Okay? So this is the basic idea about the television system. Now let us see that what is a camera. But before this camera, here the one important thing in the television is there, that in a television, whatever the camera is, in the camera we have this kind of a frame, and here let us say we have a picture. This picture is going to be scanned by the electron gun of the camera. Here the electron gun is there. This electron gun is going to produce a electron beam, and this electron beam is going to move from left to right, as well as also it will move from top to bottom. That is known as the scanning. And this electron beam will scan the picture line by line. Here this will be the line number 1, 2, 3, 4. In this way, this complete picture is going to be divided. Now at the same time, here we are talking about the camera, or we can say about the transmitter. Remember, this is known as a television transmitter. So this is a function of the television transmitter, and whatever things we have, this is called a television receiver. Now in television receiver, the another screen is there, that is a picture tube. The picture tube screen is there, and here also we have a electron gun. You can say this is a screen. Now this electron gun will also paint the picture line by line. Remember, here it will paint the picture line number 1, then line number 2, line number 3. In this way, it will, that electron beam is moving from left to right, as well as from top to bottom. Now what is important? Important thing is that there should be a synchronization between the electron gun of the camera as well as the electron gun of the picture tube. Now what do you mean by synchronization? Synchronization means that when this electron gun, here it will trace the line number 1, at the same time the electron gun of the picture tube has to trace the line number 1. When it will trace the line number 2 here, at the same time also this electron gun has to trace the line number 2 in a picture tube. This is called a synchronization. So if the synchronization will not be there, then there will be a rolling of the picture will be there. Either the picture will be rolled horizontally, means that the picture will move in this way, or a picture will roll vertically. Your picture will not be locked on a picture tube. So for the locking of the frame on a picture tube, the synchronization is very important. Now how we can do the synchronization, that we will discuss later on. But you should remember that the electron gun of the camera as well as the electron gun of the picture tube must be in a synchronization. If the synchronization will not be there, then what will happen? That whatever the information here we have on the line number 1, then the same information when it will be traced by the picture tube, then you will get the line number 1 here. Remember, means that whole picture is going to be shifted in downward direction. So this kind of the problem will also arise, that here whatever the information is at the top of the screen, that information you will find in the middle of the screen in a picture tube, because there is no synchronization. So here, to lock the picture, to lock the frame, the synchronization is very important, and for that the transmitter is transmitting a sync pulses, and this sync pulses is received by the receiver, so that both the electron gun will be in the synchronization. Okay. Now let us see that camera. How this camera is converting a picture into a electrical signal. We have different types of the television camera are there, and they are operating on a different principle. So here we will discuss the different principle, and then we will discuss one of the camera tube. Remember, the device which convert your picture into electrical signal, or the device which will give you the response to the intensity of the light, brightness of the light, then that instrument is known as a pickup tube. Here, it is known as a pickup instrument. Now, remember, again, the device which will give the response to the intensity of the light or to the brightness of the light, then it is known as a pickup instrument. In short, the pickup instrument is nothing but it is a camera tube. So, here, this camera tube is operating on a different principle. One of the simple principle, if you are talking, then it is known as a photo emission method. So what is the photo emission method? That photoelectric effect already we have learned in a 12th standard. In a photoelectric effect, already you know that we have a kind of a photo tube. And in the photo tube, there will be anode and the cathodes are there. So here we have this anode. This anode is connected to a positive of the battery, negative, positive of the battery, negative, and then this cathode is connected to a resistance, that is a load resistance, you can say RL. So this is the cathode of the photo tube, this is the anode of the photo tube. But now this cathode here, remember, the cathode is coated with some photosensitive material. There will be a coating of the photosensitive material. It is not so simple. This photosensitive material can be a silver or it can be a potassium sodium, like that. Now, when this light, remember, this light will incident on this cathode, that is a photosensitive material. So, then what will happen? That light is nothing but it consists of a photon. And this photon has some energy, already you know, and this energy we write as E is equal to Hf. So, this much amount of the photon has the energy which will be interacted by this material. So, whatever the electrons in the materials are there, it will absorb that energy and emit it from the surface of the cathode. Here, this electron will be emitted because the energy is received from the photon and then it will be emitted from the cathode. So, this is known as a photoelectron. Now, here we have this anode which is connected to positive. Then naturally, this electron will be attracted by this positive terminal. So, this electron will be received by this anode and then it will be entered into this battery in this way. From the battery, it will enter into the resistance R and then it is coming back to this a phototube. So, this is the direction of electron, and if you are talking about the direction of current, then this is the direction of current. And whenever the current is passing, then you will get a drop across this RL according to this V is equal to I into RL. So there will be a voltage drop. Now remember that if the intensity of the light is very large, then the more number of the electron will be emitted. More number of the electron will emitted means you will get a larger amount of the current, and as a result the larger voltage is going to produce. If there will be no light, means the dark area will be there, or you can say the black area is there in the picture, then the electron is not going to be emitted from the cathode, no current will flow, and the voltage across the RF will be zero. So in this way, if the intensity of the light will fluctuate, then the number of the electrons emitted from the cathode will also fluctuate or will change, and as a result, the output voltage will also change. So in the picture, wherever we have a bright area, or you can say the white color is there, and the white color will reflect the more light. So the more electron will be emitted. And if we have a black light, then no reflection will be there, no electron will be there, and no voltage. So here if we see the waveform in the output of this, then here this fluctuation will be like this. This is representing that in this area the white light is there, that is producing the maximum voltage. Where the voltage is zero, you can say it is a black area of the picture, and whatever the rest of the things are there, you can say the gray code, and this will be according to the different color. So gray color will be there, then it produces this much amount of the voltage. So this is known as a video signal. In video signal, this is known as a black level, and this is known as a white level. So actually when we operate the camera, we have to set the black level and the white level of the picture. So this is a simple principle through which the light is converted into electrical signal. So in a television camera, we have two types of the tubes. One is known as a image orthicon, and another is a plumbicon. These are the two camera tubes which are operating on the principle of photo emission. Okay. Now let us see what is the another method. That is the photoconduction. In photoconduction method, we are using a photoconducting material, in which the resistance of the photoconducting material is changing with the intensity of the light. And if we take a simple thing, then the LDR is the simplest device, which is also known as the light depending resistance. Remember, LDR is light dependent resistance. And in this LDR, if you see the resistance R against the intensity of light, then when there is no light, the resistance will be very large and it will be in order of few megaohm. As the intensity will increase, the resistance is decreasing like this, and for the higher intensity, remember, this resistance will be in order of few kilo. That again depends on the type of the LDR. So what I mean to say is that as the intensity, or you can say the brightness of the picture is changing, then the resistance of the LDR is also changing, or you can say the resistance of the photoconducting material is also changing. Here if we see the circuit, then we can have a LDR. This LDR is there. LDR is connected to some battery, and then here it is connected to a resistance. And across this resistance, we have this output voltage. So remember, when no light is there, so the resistance of this LDR will be very high. Let us say it is a 10 megaohm. So due to this, there will not be any current. Here the current I will be almost zero. The current will be zero, so the voltage across this will be also a zero. Now when this light is incident, then according to the intensity of light, the resistance is going to reduce. Let us say this resistance become a 1 megaohm. And due to this, there will be a flow of the current. Here, the current will be a 1 milliampere or 2 milliampere, depends on the resistance. So, here we have this voltage I into R. So, more light means if the white portion of the picture is there, it will reflect the more light. So more intensity will be there, the resistance of the LDR will decrease, as a result the current in the circuit will increase. And current in the circuit will increase, so your output voltage will also increase. So in this way, if the intensity of the light is fluctuating, then this output voltage will also fluctuate like this. Wherever we have maximum voltage, we call it as the white level, and minimum voltage here it will be a black level. You can say this is a video signal. Normally this photoconductive material we have, that is a selenium. Selenium is a most popular photoconductive material which is used for making a camera tube. Then another material is a tellurium, or you can have a lead plus oxide material. Then these are the material which are used for making the photoconducting material, or you can say kind of it is used for preparing the image plate of the camera. In the next video, we will discuss the construction of a camera tube.